not college football. It's a quicker game. It happens faster. Should be a lot of fun.
It really should be, and you see all the rules. You can look at those. We haven't had to worry about the overtime session yet. The records, well, they're both 1-0 to get here, and they both picked on Charlotte, a team from Charlotte. It was a 3-team bracket. We're not going to hide that, and both teams won't handle it.
Yeah, they did. And, you look at Heisman City, they beat Charlotte 21-6. And, again, in a 3-team bracket like that, it's a little bit tough to get a good feel for where you are. Team Indiana won 50-0. Obviously, this is going to be a good football game, I think. I think you got a couple very good football teams. The challenge here is they've never seen each other before. You have no idea what you're getting as you walk out onto the football field. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the coaches adjust. What player stands out, who steps up, what O-line, what D-line really comes to play today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now we're just about ready to play some football here. Heisman City in the white. Indiana, if you were with us for the 6th grade game in those dark uniforms, same outfits with the blue numerals. So it's Indiana. It's about to kick off, and San Diego is about to get the football, and we'll see how they do. Heisman City. I love the name Heisman City.
Me too. I'm excited. Anybody named Heisman City's got to be able to play some pretty good football.
Let's see if they can back it up.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, right? No pressure.
You get the sense, we don't know anything about these teams. You see the score, and Indiana won by a larger margin, but off of what I saw in the 6th grade game, what I just witnessed, and how they dominated the 6th grade All-Stars, you got to think that Indiana's bringing a lot of good football players.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're used to this. They're used to the weather. The travel isn't as big a deal for them. It's a little bit closer to Canton, Ohio than San Diego, so they've definitely got maybe a couple built-in advantages here. But again, anything can happen for the next, it's not an hour. I almost said 60 minutes because that's the normal time of football.
Yeah, well, I had a run of a conversion in the last game, and I called it a 2-point conversion, and then I realized the rule was 1 point.
Right.
Here we go. We're ready to start this football game. Indiana kicking off. And this football game is underway as Elijah Slybeck kicks it downfield. And the San Diego team will take over at their 37-yard line as Nicholas Mosley fell on the football.
Yeah, and that's a good job. Again, special teams is one of those areas of the game, especially when you're dealing with all-star teams and in tournaments like this that can really make or break a football team. One guy doesn't catch the ball, one guy misses an assignment. It's a game changer.
Quarterback is number 14. That's John Lyman. See how John operates. He'll start from under center. Hand it off. Running with the football is Bryce Smith. Jaden Bryce Smith.
Yep.
Gets across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. A short gain there.
This is a tough game. Look, that was a great side by the right side of this defense for Team Indiana. They did a great job. One of the keys to playing great defense is getting a lot of hats on the football. And right there you saw almost the entire right side of that defense collapsed on Smith as he came through the line of scrimmage.
Well, these are 7th graders. In the 6th grade game, we saw a lot of runs. You would think at the 7th grade level, they might be able to pass it a little bit better. And 2nd down and 9, let's see if they elect to go up top. Nope, they're going to run it. And there's, again, great penetration from this Indiana team.
Yeah, that's a great job.
3rd and long.
Absolutely, 3rd and long. And one of the keys, just like you said, right, at this age, the 6th grade, the 7th grade age, they're still not throwing the ball really well yet. And when weather like this, it can be even tougher to do. So it's going to be really important for both of these offenses to not get behind the sticks, right? You don't want to be in 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. You want to be in 3rd and 2 if you can help.
There's John Lyman in that open huddle talking to his team. And we'll see if he can drum up a big play. He needs 11 yards on 3rd down. See how quickly the quarter evaporates. We've already played 2 of the 8 minutes in this opening quarter. A little counter, a little reverse action. That gains about 2 or 3 yards, but again, that Indiana defense, they run to the football.
Yeah, those guys are swarming right now. That's big. They've got some big bodies in there, too. They got big number 95 in there, Jalen Poole. They got another big nose guard in there, 65. Sorry, 63 is Jalen Poole. 65 is Damon Ward, who's a 6-foot, 300-pounder already at the 7th grade level. That's a big body in there.
That was Justin Tucker that ran the football, but he didn't get enough for the 1st down. And now we're going to have a punt on 4th down and 8. Be a short punt, but an effective punt. And we'll see the offense of this 7th grade Indiana team come out for head coach Marcus Cole. See if this Indiana offense can do what their defense did and perform well and execute. Today's game is brought to you by Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. Indiana's first play from scrimmage is a run. And Caleb Marcus runs hard. Caleb Marcus is coming off a performance against Charlotte where he scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game. And again, that's the other thing. These kids all played football, another game already this weekend. And so for those running backs, those guys that are touching the ball, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a game, that's a lot of contact. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of hold up over the course of this game.
Marcus nets 6. It's 2nd down and 4. They stay on the ground in a gaping hole. Touchdown, Caleb Marcus. Well, wow. Caleb Marcus was shot out of a cannon.
Absolutely took off. I mean, that was just a straight little inside zone read. They get a little mesh point here between him and the quarterback. Little read, and Caleb Marcus takes that football and he goes vertical quick. This is actually the play before, I think, where he gets tackled on 1st down, but on that 2nd down run, he hit that thing right up the crease. It was beautiful.
Now, if you kick it through, you get 2 as well. It's not the standard 1. Speaking of 1, Sterling Smith, number 1, will hold, and Elijah Slybeck will try for a 2-point conversion. Pretty good leg.
Great leg.
He's got it. So it's an 8-0 score for Indiana.
Yeah, and look, and that kick, those 2 points come up big as the game goes on, especially when you get in a tight one. I've coached youth football for about 10 years now with my own boys, and finding a kicker, a guy that can put it between the uprights, even on an extra point, is hard to do. I mean, you work at it. So that was a great kick right there. Good operation, the whole thing.
Yeah, Slybeck really looked good there. And, of course, our game is brought to you in part by Jet Fuel, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, the official ball of the NFL. And by Shadow Man, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better every rep. And by the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most elite football training by the NFL's best coaches. Top ballers coming to Canton this July. Nominate now. Well, Slybeck, pretty good leg. Let's see if he can kick it into the end zone here. Anson on the ball. There's that strong leg.
And he's a lefty, too.
There's a little bit different spin to it, doesn't it? Look at that coverage. That's fabulous. From Indiana.
Yeah.
They're all over the football field.
Great coverage right there by that kickoff team. And again, like I said, special teams is one of the phases of the game that doesn't get enough attention. It definitely is one of those things, though, that every coach knows you can win and lose a football game in your kicking unit. And that's great coverage by Indiana right there.
And a long field for Heisman City, San Diego. See them backed up inside their 10-yard line. And, of course, their quarterback's back out there, John Lyman.
See if they can dig themselves out of this hole right here.
Jaden Bryce Smith is their premier ball carrier, number 1. But again, that Indiana defense, look at how they attack sideline to sideline. Tough to get outside against them.
Yeah, that was a great job right there. I think that's Keegan Moore, number 37, playing outside. And just a great job staying square, letting the running back come to him, tackling him, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. This is big. Again, they got 4 yards on that play, though. And sometimes, from our angle, it's a little bit on the low side here, so you don't see exactly what the gain is. But 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, you get another 3 yards. You ended up at that third manageable position, which is what you're looking for at this age.
Yeah, that was Amari Ari that carried the last time. And again, that defense is tilting the field. They're just too physical.
Physical, fast, man. There are black helmets and black jerseys all over the place over there. Looks like there may have been a flag tossed out there, though.
Yeah, they run to the football. David Dotson got there in a hurry. Holding will be refused. Justin Tucker was guilty of the hold.
Yeah, well, look, when that defense is swarming like that, you're going to hold somebody because they're fighting for their lives trying to block right now. This is a really, really impressive group, the first couple series for Indiana out there on the football field.
And this is an unenviable position for the offense. Yeah. 3rd down and 12, backed up in the shadow of their own goal against an imposing defense. And they're stopped yet again.
Again, that's a great job by the guys up front. When you're running that jet sweep, when you're running that fly sweep where you're bringing the wing back or the slot receiver across the formation at the line of scrimmage and handing it off, your guys up front have to do a great job, number one, of penetrating, but the other thing, on the edges, they have to be really, really solid. Keep that guy from turning the corner. What they want on those fly sweeps is for that guy to get to the edge, see a seam, and get vertical right now, and they're not finding that right now.
Well, again, Indiana figures to get fabulous field position here. In fact, they'll be right near the goal line.
Pick it up.
You can pick it up and run. Scooped up and taken in for a touchdown. It's going all Indiana's way. Rodney Johnson. Rodney Johnson scores.
Yeah, again, I feel like I've talked about it a couple times already, how important special teams are. And it's one of those things where, in an all-star situation, especially in a group of guys that hasn't played together all year, a coaching staff that's probably together for the first time, that's one of those things where you've really got to do a great job of calming guys down, say, go out, do your job, like you heard Coach saying it right there. Right, and then on special teams, just making sure everybody understands exactly what they're supposed to do.
Here's your man again, Slybeck out there to try to kick it through for 2 more. That was the second touchdown in 2 days for Rodney Johnson. That had to be just exhilarating for him to pick it up, scoop it up like that on the short punt and score. Slybeck, can he convert again for 2? Line drive kick is accurate. And it's 16-0 for Indiana.
Yeah, and again, it's those little things, right? All-star game, first time this group's together. You got them out here, and all of a sudden you're punting the ball out of your own end zone. Somebody touched the ball incidentally, right? But what they got to do is they got to secure that ball. So when you're the kicking team, you got to secure that ball, hand it to the official because it's still live. And he did a great job picking that thing up and running it in. Again, they just got to take a deep breath right now if you're Heisman City. Get the ball back, go out and do your job, play your game, one snap at a time, right? Get a first down, get another first down, and just kind of just settle down and play football.
How many good football players are in Indiana? I mean, they won the 6th grade championship in the All-Stars, and they're looking supreme in this opening quarter. You see we're down to just 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the stanza, but it's all Indiana.
Absolutely, and a lot of it stems from that. I mean, they've got a really, really good running back in Caleb Marcus, but at the end of the day, this defense is really, really impressive.
That's and that kicker's not bad either, is he? Heisman City struggling to pick it up with Amari Ari. He does a nice little dance, but again, he runs into 4 or 5 of the dark shirts.
Isn't that impressive? I mean, to see that many kids at this age on the football like that, man, this is a well-coached group.
And they look hungry, don't they?
Yes, they're ready to go hit somebody. We got a player down out there on the field from the looks of it.
Yeah, one of the Heisman City young men are down, and that's always something you don't want to see.
Yeah, especially at this time of the season. Look, I mean, what's really cool is these kids are still playing football in December. There's most high school teams are done now.
All right, it's 16-0. Indiana's leading. First quarter. This is our 7th grade All-Star Youth Championship game.
Every year, the Hall receives hundreds of nominations for future Hall of Famers. Now there is a new selection process for the Hall of Fame National Youth Championships. For the first time ever, the nation's best teams will earn the right to compete in Canton this December to become Hall of Fame champions. Among 8 age divisions, a selection committee of NFL top executives, college scouts, and gold jackets will select the best of the best. Nominate your team now at youthfootballchampionships.com. Every year.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Nice. Good job. There it is. Go, 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 go. Keep him in. Keep him in. That's the way they celebrate. I can't hear you. What's the difference between a good defense and a great defense?
Heisman City ready to go back to work on offense. Down by 16 points. And on each snap, they're engulfed by this Indiana defense.
Yeah, this D-line's doing a great job of really knocking the offensive line backwards. And as an old D-lineman, as an ex-D-line coach, one of the things you want to do is you want to play on their side of the ball. And that's what they're doing right now. You look at those guys, man, there's some big bodies in there. Number 93, number 95, those are some big kids that are playing really hard. That's Larry Long at 93. Preston Jarvis at 99, big bodies inside, knocking things back, making that quarterback-center exchange tough, and at the same time not allowing them to run the ball up the middle.
Evan Sherrill's impressive as well on defense. Made a couple hits early. Second down and 12 and a half. Again, there's just no running room for these running backs to try to come through.
They tried to run a little quick trap right there, pulled the guard, a little fullback dive inside. We got positive yards for first time in a couple. That's a good thing. Sometimes you just gotta keep working at it. Keep driving. Those little ones eventually they turn into the 5-6 yarder, the 10 yarder, whatever it is. But it takes some time.
And that was Jaden Bryce Smith who carried it, number 1. Again, he's their elite running back. Had a touchdown in their win over Charlotte, 21-6. But they're looking at 3rd down and 9, a gain of 3.
Yeah, that's definitely not the down and distance that you want to be in right now.
Randy Rosenblum with Brandon Noble. We're in Canton, Ohio, our 7th grade All-Star Championship game, and Indiana is dominating. They look like they're going to get the football back here. That defense is swarming to the pigskin.
Yeah, they're playing good football right now. They're just big, physical, and fast, and that's a great combination if you're the defense. Not a great combination if you're on offense.
This has to be intimidating to the Heisman City Golden Tide. I mean, the field is completely tilted toward Indiana.
Yeah, and one of the things is when you've got a kicker like Indiana does right now, and you can put the ball deep and create some issues in the return game, it creates such a long field for these kids to go. That's a long, 80 yards is a long way for an NFL team to go, let alone a bunch of 7th graders.
Yeah, it's all part of the intimidation factor too. Everything about their team, from the kicking, the offense, the defense, all facets of the game is just so impressive, and they're not allowing these kicks to get off smoothly either. And again, it's going to be a very short field for Indiana.
Yeah, they're pressuring that kick right there. I mean, they're getting after the punter right now. And again, at this age, you talked about throwing the football. Well, kicking the football is also a challenge at this age too. And finding somebody who can do it, finding somebody who can long snap at this age is a challenge. And so just getting the operation done can be tough. And what it's doing is it's giving Indiana great field position and a touchdown.
Christopher Jordan Jr. has checked in, number 33. He's another running back who is highly capable. He had 2 touchdowns in their opening game victory. And they'll run the football. And it is Jordan Jr. cutting against the grain. Boy, he makes people miss. Christopher Jordan Jr. as advertised. Very fluid.
Very fluid, very big. That's a big running back right there. He actually had 2 touchdowns against in the 50-0 win against Charlotte. And you can tell, look, these guys have weapons. And when you put 50 points up in an all-star game against a team from Charlotte where there's really, really good football players, this is a good group. And I really like the way that Jordan Jr. was really smooth there, had great vision, a really good little cutback back into the backside A-gap. It's a good run.
That's going to conclude our opening quarter, and it gives us time to tell you that we want to thank the participation of our sponsors. First and foremost, Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. By Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship. Wilson, the official football of the NFL. By Shadowman, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy. Tackling better every rep. And by the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most elite football training by the NFL's best coaches. Top ballers coming to Canton this July. Nominate now. Well, we're looking forward to this second quarter. Let's see if Heisman City can do a little bit better with their fortunes. But again, a message has been sent loud and clear by Indiana.
Absolutely. We're here to play today. And they're dominating with, look, their offense is good. They've got a good stable of running backs. But it's their defense and their kicking game right now that's winning this football game.
Yeah, their head coach, Rudy Hernandez of Heisman City, has got to get his club together. And again, a short field for Indiana, trying to capitalize on the punt. And they're looking to score again. And there's their outstanding running back, Caleb Marcus, who's got a touchdown already today.
Really nice run. And what's really cool is that they're running this little shotgun with the split backs. And you've got Caleb Marcus and Christopher Jordan Jr. in there around the quarterbacks, Sterling Smith. And so these guys are blocking for each other. Not only the good running backs, but they're able to go and lead up into the hole, run an old school ISO out of a different formation, and blocking for each other when they don't have the football.
Sterling Smith is quarterbacking the team. This is Jordan Jr. bouncing to the outside, to the pylon. He's got a touchdown. Another score for Indiana. This 7th grade all-star team from Indiana has a 22-0 lead.
That was a great run, and it was actually what I was exactly just talking about. What you saw there was Caleb Marcus actually lead blocking, had a great block on the front side. You can see him to the left here maybe out in front of this thing as Jordan Jr. comes around the corner. You can kind of see it up there to the right, but Jordan Jr. then finishes the run. It's a race to the pylon. You can see him get in there, and then he almost ends up in a big snowbank over there in the corner.
How good are these teams from Indiana? And how good is this kicker? We get to see him again. He's so good. Elijah Slybeck. See if he can drive another 2-pointer throw. That one doesn't look quite as accurate, just off to the left. So he's 2 of 3, but as you noted, at this level, that's mighty good.
Absolutely, and he's a lefty too, which is really cool, Slybeck. And so now you're going to see that was his moment. They got a little pressure up the middle that time, rushed the kick a little bit. He wasn't able to get his foot in the ground and drive through it, so he didn't get the lift on it that he wanted. But now what you're going to see another big part of Slybeck, and what he does is he kicks the ball off. And if he can pin Heisman City deep again, it's a long field. It's going to be a long half.
And it's got to play in your mind a little bit if you're Heisman City, the kids from San Diego. They know the scoreboard. They know they're down 22-0, and they've seen Indiana's defense all too well up front.
Absolutely. And what this does is it becomes demoralizing. And again, the thing you got to remember is these kids are, 12, 13-year-old young men. This may be the first time they've tasted any real adversity. And I do go back to the idea of the all-star team, and it's not a group of guys. Now, there's a lot of similar helmets out there, but it's not a group of guys that maybe necessarily played all season together. So you don't really know each other. You don't always have the same bonds that you have over the course of a 10-game season. So it'll be interesting to see how this coaching staff handles these young men, and really how these young men from Heisman City kind of handle this adversity and how they finish this football game.
Elijah Slybeck advancing on the ball. kicking it just to the open area. That's just a beautiful job, and we'll see if San Diego can get any forward movement, and they just can't. They try to bring it back, and there's just no running room at all for Amari Ari.
Yeah, Ari had no place to go, and that was a great job by Slybeck. He put the ball just kind of right in front of Ari and right behind the up back, so Ari had to come up and field it off the ground. And by the time he's picked it up, that left side of the kicking team was on top of him. He tried to reverse field, but he got caught from behind by one of those Indiana defenders.
Well, Brandon, how'd you handle it? I know you weren't behind a whole lot in your career, but when you're getting beaten up in a game, emotionally, how difficult is it for an individual and a team collectively to pick themselves up?
It is very difficult, and it's one of those things where everybody has to have a little bit of pride, and you just got to recenter yourself and go out and do your job.
Here's a pass. That'll make things feel a little bit better. And a substantial gain and excellent execution for the boys from San Diego. They'll take it. That's a nice job. And running upfield and doing a good job.
Tucker
it was Justin Tucker.
Yeah. You know, some of these all-star jerseys, some of these jerseys get little tiny numbers on
it's
them.
Hard to read.
It's tough to read. And Mr. Tucker did a great job, a little slip screen there. And then you've got a very good small athlete out in space. And he did a great job making a couple cuts. And now what you've got you've got 2nd and 3, right, as opposed to 2nd and 11. And that is a huge difference at this age for the offensive coordinator. You've got some plays in your playbook that can get 4 yards. To get 13 yards is difficult.
Yeah, and you're thinking about making some first downs, getting some confidence.
That's it. All you want is a first down right now.
Well, they dropped the football, and pouncing on it is the quarterback, John Lyman.
Yeah, that's a tough. Again, you talked about those big guys inside for Indiana on the D line, like those big D tackles, and that quarterback center exchange, as simple as it seems, is really one of the hardest things to get a grasp on. As these kids are kind of growing up, and being consistent and solid at that position is huge. It adds a degree of difficulty when you've got a big fellow like number 95 out there standing on top of you.
I was about to bring that.
Yeah, he's a big person. He's my size.
Yeah, and they've been difficult to block throughout this game, and that's you got to be on your mind if you're snapping the football. Here's a 3rd and 5, and another pass, and incomplete.
A little bit behind. I think he was going for Justin Tucker there again. Got a little behind him.
I want to remind everyone that we'll have our Shadow Man player of the game at the end of the show today, and a couple leading candidates already on the Indiana side. Certainly Caleb Marcus with that tremendous run. Christopher Jordan Jr., the other running back, has been good. And how about the kicker?
I like him. He's got my vote right now.
Oh, you're going with the kicker
right now? I am, absolutely. That Shadow Man's a great tool, man. I use that a lot. It's one of those new things that's kind of out there that allow you to practice football. We got a block punt out there right now.
Again, the kicking game haunts Heisman City, and for Indiana, it's just golden. They take over again at point-blank range.
That's really what that says a lot about. That's coaching right there. I mean, these guys are dialed in all 3 phases of the game. When you can come to an all-star game and be effective and dominate on special teams, because that's the phase of the game that usually gets left out in these situations.
Well, there's no part of the game has been left out by Indiana today. They're up 22-0, and they are on the doorstep, perched to score again. Boy, they come at you, and at the end of the day, it's usually an onslaught that buries you.
Yep.
Already won one game 50-0 in this tournament.
Yeah. Heisman City needs to kind of rise up right now. Defensively, they got to figure out a way to make a big play, get a stop here, hold them to 3 points, whatever it is, but they got to get a win.
Caleb Marcus up the middle. Still going. Tough to bring down. He really wants that goal line.
Man, what a run by Caleb Marcus right there.
He just didn't get to the goal line, but he did everything else. Caleb Marcus had 3 touchdowns in the opener against the team from Charlotte.
That was a ridiculous run. It's a great, you're going to see here, right, he's going to come up and he's going to cut it back here behind the defensive end. It's a great job. The defensive end gets way upfield. He sees it. It's great vision. And then it's just, I mean, he's a bowling ball of butcher knives in there. He's running through everything. He's so physical. Smooth, physical, fast. I mean, he's the complete package right now. I really like the vision on the cut back there. That was really nice to see that in that backside where that D end got too far upfield. That's a great cut.
1st and goal. Johnson. Big hole, big result. Touchdown for Johnson. Rodney Johnson.
Yeah. Man, they just come at you in waves, don't they? I mean, if it's not, Marcus, if it's not Jordan Jr., now you've got Rodney Johnson in there. All these guys had touchdowns in the game against Charlotte, and now they've all got touchdowns today, right now against Heisman City.
Wow, that was impressive. I know it was a short field, but just in a couple plays, a couple running backs showing their talents, and Johnson able to bolt into the end zone. And Elijah Slybeck again. This time the snap's too high.
It's a great job
there.
It's a great job by Sterling Smith to just, I think he was the holder, correct?
Yeah, he was.
Right, great job by him to just go back and just dive on the ball. Again, it's the operation. I don't think people appreciate it, because when you watch football on Saturdays and you watch it on Sundays, how smooth the kicking game usually runs. You look at the snap, the hold, the kick, it just happens automatically. At this age, it's difficult. It's not easy to do, and the fact that Team Indiana is able to do it as well as they can is awesome.
All right, let's thank our friends at Zenith once again, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. Well, we've seen an innovative team from Indiana in both the 6th grade All-Stars and now in the 7th grade. Indiana has already won the 6th grade All-Star Championship earlier today, and their 7th grade team under Rudy Hernandez at Heisman City and under Marcus Cole of Indiana, well, the Indiana team is well on its way. And they go for an onside kick. That's pretty good execution. Looked like Caleb Marcus may have recovered it. Did it go the necessary yardage? That's the question. Nope, it didn't.
It doesn't look like it. Illegal touch. It's a break right there for Heisman City.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
That was a well-placed kick, well-designed. Slybeck's he's impressive to me as a kicker. I'm really impressed at this age to be able to do those kinds of things. That was a great little kick. Just didn't quite have the legs to go 10 yards and get to where Indiana could get that football. Because the ball has to travel, those of you who don't know, it has to travel at least 10 yards before the kicking team can recover.
Well, here's an opportunity for Rudy Hernandez's group. From Heisman City, the Golden Tide of San Diego. They have field position. They're in Indiana territory at the 49-yard line. 4:20 left in the half, and they're down, as you can see, 28-0. So Indiana has completely ruled the day to this point.
It's just important, going back to what we were talking about during the last offensive series for Heisman City, get a first down. Right? Just get a first down right now.
The men in white could certainly use one. This is Jaden Bryce Smith, their star ball carrier, pounding it for good yardage.
It's a great run by Smith. He's able to get around on the outside. They little counter, lead the fullback up inside, bring Smith around the edge. It's a great job. He doesn't make a lot of cuts. He just gets to the edge and goes vertical.
This is a gain of 11 yards.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here. He gets around the corner, puts his foot in the ground, and just goes north and south. That's a solid run. They got the first down right now. Just do that one more time. Right? Just one play at a time. Everybody do your job and just move the ball down the field.
Confidence builder to get first downs. And again, they put the ball on the ground.
That's tough. That's tough. When you can't get the quarterback center exchange down, that gets real frustrating as a coach. And look, it's real frustrating for that center. The poor center always gets blamed, but being an old lineman, I like to blame the quarterback.
Well, there's blame to go around when you have
Absolutely.
Execution issues.
Absolutely.
It is a loss of 4, and it's 2nd and 14.
Yeah.
Boy, this makes it a lot more difficult for the quarterback, John Lyman, to come up with a big play.
Yeah, but what they got to understand here, this is 2-down territory, right? At this point in the football game, you're not going to punt. So know that you don't have to get the full 14, 13 back right now, right? You got a couple downs to do it, 2-3 downs.
And they still have better than 2 minutes left in the half. See Lyman looking for an answer from the sideline. Is he changing the call? Looks like it. And he does throw the football. Lyman's pass is picked off with a flag out. Beautiful interception down the field, and reeling it in was Ethan Lynch.
Yeah, he was looking for Justin Tucker right there again. Ethan Lynch does a great job just kind of playing center field and reading the eyes of Lehman and driving over there and catching the football. It may have been a legal formation. They may have been both on the line.
Yeah, the penalty was on Heisman City.
Yeah.
It's already been refused. Indiana takes it at their 28-yard line after the interception by Ethan Lynch. Indiana, you mentioned it before, all facets of the game.
Oh man,
It's just so
really
good.
Impressive, really well coached. They've got and talented football players too. And look, you don't run the football. When you look at all the rushing TDs that we've had over the last 2 games for these guys, their O-line is doing a great job.
Johnson. Still going. Out of that massive humanity, somehow Rodney Johnson, with a marker behind the play, picked up the necessary yards. What a run by Rodney Johnson.
Run. What a powerful run. But he had a little help, had a little holding by somebody up front. So Heisman City's going to catch a break here and walk this thing off. And, now they just got to, you hear the coaches on the sideline, wrap up. And I think that's one thing with this group, right? You've got to tackle. When you look at Indiana on defense, they tackle. And not only do they tackle, but 4 or 5 guys are making the tackle. And right now, Heisman City's got to do the same thing. They got to start getting multiple hats on the ball in order to get Johnson down, Marcus down, Jordan Jr. down.
That changes the field position with 1:15 left in the half. There is a timeout, and that gives us time to tell you that our friends at Zenith are sponsoring today's show, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. By Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, the official football also of the NFL. By Shadowman, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better every rep. And of course, by the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most elite football training by the NFL's best coaches, top ballers, coming to Canton this July. Nominate now.
I was here for the academy. I've coached in it the last 2 years, and the weather's a little different in July. It's not quite as chilly. You can't see my breath. It's the opposite. It's a little bit warmer. I'm looking for water. A lot of water.
It's funny. I was fine in the first game, but in between games, I kind of froze up. It took a little while. Now I feel great again.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the game, right? We're going.
Yeah, we're going. We're heated up. Well, so is this Indiana team. They're lathered up. They've been dynamic. With these running backs, that's Caleb Marcus, and he's finally tripped up. Well, I like the way he keeps those legs churning, though. Those pistols are going.
Absolutely, like pistons. He drives his legs. He has really good vision. I've been impressed for Caleb Marcus. He sees that kind of backside cutback opportunity, and he takes it. And when he takes it, like you said, he's driving those legs. His knees are high, and he's going vertical.
Final minute of the half. Johnson, and he's cut down. It's a good job. Defense of San Diego starting to tackle a little bit better, and that's certainly a welcome sight.
Absolutely.
But there is a procedure call, but that's probably going to be refused.
Yeah. That's a great job defensively. This is what they need. This is what Heisman City needs. They need to come out and make a stop. Penalty, no penalty, whatever. They've had a couple great tackles on first and second down, or the last 2 downs. They got to do it again now. It's 3rd and long, right? You got to be smart, do the right things, do your job, and then get the ball carrier on the ground.
Timeout taken by Indiana. So the half is not over yet. The clock did run out, but I do believe they'll put some seconds back. That coaching staff at San Diego for Heisman City Golden Tide exhorting their team on.
Absolutely. Look, because that's what it's about right now. Go play. Go play. Go play, have fun, enjoy it, play hard. And finish the half, right? Finish the half on a positive note, and then start fresh after halftime.
And I'm sure those at home, we'll get to our billboard here. It's Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. I was going to say, fans at home, you got to be just so impressed with this Indiana team. On site they're impressive.
Very.
I can imagine what they're like at home. Johnson, boy, he deals out punishment even when he carries the football.
Yeah, physical. It's a physical football team. We talked about it all three phases, physical.
Alejo made the stop, Giovanni Alejo. And we got another timeout. It's a 4th down play. Not 100% certain how much time they've put up on the clock, and officially we show 37 seconds. So this is a San Diego timeout trying to get the ball back.
Absolutely, that's a smart decision right there. They got a little momentum. They made a good stop here. They've got Indiana pinned back on their half of the field. It's a great opportunity for one of two things. Number one, make them make a decision. Right? We talked about kicking a lot, and obviously Indiana can kick. Do they come out and punt and try and push the ball away from the end zone? Or look, I think they feel pretty confident in their offense too, so they may come out and try and run a play here.
And they're also confident in their defense. If they don't make it, even if they're in negative territory, that defense could come up big for them.
I'd be confident just about anything I'm doing if I'm Indiana right now.
Sterling Smith. Sterling Smith in that backfield, number 1, running the Wildcat, along with Caleb Marcus. Let's see who they snap the football to. Well, they run it up the middle with Johnson. Still on his feet. He's got 1st down yardage, but he wants more. That kid can flat out play. Rodney Johnson. They have 3 exceptional running backs.
Yeah.
In Marcus Jordan Jr. and that man, number 20, Rodney Johnson.
That was a physical run right there. And the way that he hit the hole and accelerated was really, really impressive. Looks like we have a face mask on the play, too.
Yeah, they'll tack that on.
Yeah. So in those types of situations, again, that's not your normal play call, right? In 4th and 1,000,000, you don't usually call a run, an inside zone. But
no, Rodney Johnson isn't your normal running back.
When you've got 3 running backs like that, you can make that call.
Yeah, it's interesting, too. And when you have 3 running backs, it kind of diversifies your offense because they all give you a different kind of player. One gets to the outside, one hits it up through the tackles, one can catch the ball. So they're diversified in what each one does.
Absolutely, and it doesn't wear them down either. When you've got 3 guys that you can give the ball to, it means that one kid isn't taking that punishment the whole game.
Waning seconds, Indiana trying to score again. And they're throwing the football, and it's deflected and nearly intercepted. Of course, they make their hay running the football. Here they threw it, and it was nearly picked off by that outstanding number 5, who is a very, very good football player, Nicholas Mosley.
Yeah, that was a great job. I'm sure Mosley'd love to have that back, but at the end of the day, that's a good little stop right there.
I believe the half is over. That's how it ends. Kind of an unusual clock there, but it does conclude the first 16 minutes of play. Now it gives us time to thank our friends again. We start with Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship. You know it by now, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. By Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, the official football of the National Football League. And by Shadowman, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better on every repetition. And by the Hall of Fame Academy, the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most elite football training by the NFL's very best coaches. Top ballers coming to Canton this July. Nominate now. It's at halftime. Unquestionably, it's all Indiana. Indiana loves you to the tune of 28-0 in this national championship 7th grade all-star game.
The fact that Rich was able to bring this to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and be associated with that is something special.
So I'm going to tell you, as I wind up here, fellas and parents, as much as this is about the next 3 days, this is also about the next 3 years.
Step, hold to the hall on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold to the hall.
Small, I really like this first day. We got in the classroom and talked to a lot of principles and techniques. We got in here and started working it out. So I really feel like the coach is really going to help me define my game.
I see the soft stance here and the hard stance right there. Yeah, I might just go on snap. Ready? Hey, boom. I might get it out. All right, here we go. Set. Hey, come on.
One championship. This is Smalls, the #1 high school defensive line class of 2020.
Oh, is that right?
He's training with us. Heard you were here.
That's fantastic.
The fact that
Good job. Good job. Good job. Nice. Good job. There it is. Go. Keep him in. Exit, that's the way to accelerate.
I can't hear you. What's the difference between a good defense and a great defense? You gonna get tackled.
Hey, I'm here with Savell, one of the top 2020 prospects in the country. He's already got college offers and all that great stuff coming up. He was here at the Hall of Fame Academy training with NFL coaches and some of the top coaches in the whole world.
Come on, finish. Space it. You twins like you right next to each other. Let's go, boy.
Good job. I had 2 guys read past there and 2 did not.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with him. He reminds me of a lot of first rounders I've had in the past, and not only because of football skills, because of where he reacts to coaching and tries to improve. And they're very conscientious, and he's smart, and it's easy to coach. And the guy's got a motor. He's got a good motor, and his name will be very close to coming in this thing one of these days if he does his things right.
Well, I think that when we first saw you, Savell, the thing that everybody noticed on our team was that you had an unbelievable first step, and that and you know, I know as you coach linemen, the one thing the guy said is he's a great kid, but when he has a helmet on, he is nasty. And so that was our first initial take on you, and then your body, you know, you're going to keep on growing, and you're a 2020 kid, and our guys were projecting you already as maybe the #1 guy in his position in the 2020 class, and as you keep working on your technique and stuff, arguably you'll be the #1 guy. So you've done a great job. It's great to have you here, and you are a great kid. We love you, and it's just an honor to be around you and to be coaching with you and working with you.
And it's also really good meeting the few kids I met too, because like I just felt like they looked up to me somehow, and I felt really good just knowing like that moving on I could have that impact on younger people.
Good luck, Seville. Have a great campaign, and we'll see you sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today's 7th grade national championship game is brought to you by Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. By Boomba, the official uniform of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, where teams go when they want the best. And by Shadow Man, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better every rep. Well, tackling very well and tackling better all the time is this team from Indiana. They lead Heisman City of San Diego 28-0 here in Canton, Ohio.
I tell you what, these are one of the best shirts I've worn out here. It's nice and cool in the breeze, and it's good looking too. And our shorts, nobody's getting them from me. These are great shorts, and they feel great.
Charlie Collins, San Francisco 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals. Great camp. Excited about being here at Hall of Fame Academy. Not to mention a great fit, great camp, great gear, great fit. As you can see, we got our dry fit. I'm air conditioned, nice and cool. Keeps us relaxed, but I appreciate the gear from the Hall of Fame Academy and look forward to some new gear.
Gus Farrat, 15 years NFL, 7 different teams. Yeah, appreciate you guys giving us this great gear. It's nice and cool. We finally got pockets. Somebody realized that coaches need pockets in their shorts, so love that. Appreciate it. Great job.
Matt Lars played 16 years in the league, coached 11 years in the league. It's some of the best fitting stuff I've ever had. Nice, loose, baggy, fits a big guy like me, and I appreciate it.
Brandon Noble, 7 years in the NFL, 8 years as a college coach. Definitely enjoyed wearing this stuff this week. It's nice and cool. It fits mutants like us pretty well, and it's nice and comfortable, and I appreciate it.
Bam!
Boomba!
Boomba gear.
Yeah, three fellas. Boomba gear. 1, 2, 3.
Boomba gear.
There we go.
Boomba.
And welcome back to Field 4 here in Canton, Ohio. I just watched that commercial. I think Brandon Noble was part of it, weren't you?
I was, yeah. We got to wear that Boomba gear during the camp this summer when we were out here coaching. Had a great time. Got to work with guys like Pete Metzelaars and Gus Farrat. I learned a lot. I've been around this game for a long, long time, and I learn something every year when I come out here to the academy to work.
I think that's great because I think the kids learn a lot, but I think the coaches learn from the kids as well.
It's great. Absolutely. So much fun working with the kids.
Well, the kids from San Diego are kicking off down 28-0, and Johnson's about to scoop it up, and this guy was phenomenal in the first half. Maybe brought down by one of his own teammates, and a late flag is out. Block in the back is a probable call here. Or hold, and they're going to say hold.
It's one or the other usually on a kickoff return, a block in the back or a hold. And look, this is a big opportunity. Jarvis Preston may have been the guy that was guilty there, the big fella back there trying to make a block to spring Rodney Johnson. But this is a situation. Heisman City's got to come out. They got to start fast. They need a stop right here. 3 and out, turnover, whatever it is, get the ball back, and then just go out. And like we talked about in the first half, get that first down, right? And they started to do it. As the half wound down, they made some plays. They made a couple nice tackles. They stopped Johnson. They stopped Caleb a couple times. And then offensively, again, just get the ball back, one play at a time, get the first down, and get some points on the board.
That's a tall order, though, to come
Yes.
from 28 down. And remember, these are only 16-minute halves, 8-minute quarters.
Absolutely. And that's a very, very good Indiana defense.
Sterling Smith running the show, and this is Caleb Marcus. And they rally to the football, and they do a good job surrounding Marcus and bringing him down. And there is some enthusiasm from the Heisman City sideline.
I like it. I like it a lot. That was a great job. What they did, they sent a little corner blitz. They sent out number 21, Isaiah Gonzalez, off the left edge, right? And what it did was it messed up the timing of the run just enough that Caleb Marcus wasn't able to get his foot in the ground and go vertically. He had to make an extra cut, which allowed the other guys to show up and make the tackle.
2nd down and 9.
Watch pass. Sarge, no! Sarge,
Will they throw? And 2nd and long.
Hey, you gotta pick back up as you go.
Nope, they'll stay on the ground. This time it's Jordan Jr.
Coming back. Coming back.
And the defense swarming. And
Great
suddenly
job.
San Diego is animated defensively.
Yeah, they're having fun. Looks like there's a flag out there again. Probably a hold. That's great swarming defense. All of a sudden, you've got those white jerseys flying all over the place. A little bit of excitement, getting guys on the ground. Look, when you're tackling backs like this, you need more than one guy out there. And at the first half, they were getting in situations where it was a one-on-one situation against these Indiana running backs, and that's not good. I wouldn't want to be in that situation right now. But what you're getting is you're getting 4 or 5 defenders right now from the Golden Tide showing up at the ball carrying. That makes a huge difference.
Now they're going to take the yardage here and back them up and play the field position game.
It's a good choice, but again, you know, we watched Rodney Johnson rip off a 4th and 15 for a first down, you know, at the end of the first half there. This is a scary group in the backfield.
I might go one better. Terrifying group.
Terrifying is a better word.
More running room. Bouncing outside. Down the sideline. See you later, Caleb Marcus. Touchdown, Indiana.
That was a great run right there. Caleb Marcus has great vision, and we've seen it a couple times on his runs. And what he's doing is he's getting a little zone play to the right, but what he's doing is he's reading the backside, and he's seeing it. And not everybody can do this, and that's what's so impressive about it. He has the ability to see the backside of the play and then cut back and get vertical, and as the defense over pursues, once he's out the back door, he's gone.
Well, we're talking about potential players of the game, and Caleb Marcus may have stamped his name right at the front of the line.
He very well definitely jumped back to the top right there. And that was just, you know, that was a special run right there. That's why this kid scored 3 touchdowns against Charlotte in the last game. I mean, you can see the talent.
How about 84 points in just over 6 quarters?
It's scary. Terrifying, I think was the word.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
And they score again with the 2-point throw. Good pitch and catch. Slybeck in the middle of that.
Yeah, and it's, you know, for Heisman City, right? They've gone out, they made a couple of really good plays, but they can't quite finish the drive yet. And again, look, there's not a lot of time left, and the distance in between the two teams on the scoreboard is getting further and further. But at the end of the day, as a coach, you just want to make sure that your kids finish the game the right way, right? They continue to play, they don't quit, that they have a good experience, that they learn something from it. That's what these Heisman City coaches need to do now.
Well, you know, April 1st isn't that far away, and we're not talking about April Fools, but, you know, we're starting to take a look at the watch list for 2018 and who are the teams that will be out there to be nominated to come here and play for a national title. YouthFootballChampionship.com will tell you how to get involved. But if I'm a 7th grade all-star, I'm going to want to try to play against an Indiana team because they've set the bar now. This is an impressive team.
Very, very high. I think we were talking about it at halftime during the break. You know, they have a lot of kids on this team, a lot of talent on this team, and they're really, really well coached. And yeah, we bring some more teams in here to come play and challenge these guys.
And here's another one of those onside kicks that was recovered by Heisman City, but well executed by Indiana. And in all facets of the game, there's your guy Slybeck again, a nice onside kick. He doesn't get the results because they don't recover it, but he executed it to perfection.
Right, and what having a kicker like Slybeck does is those opening kicks, he was able to drive the ball down the field, right? So what that does is that front group now is going to back up to go block. And then you start sneaking this little onside kick in there, and he's effective at both of them. Like I said, at this age, you don't usually see a kid that can kick the ball like that.
Indiana on defense looking to pitch a shutout. They've already shut out Charlotte in the tournament. Now they want to blank this team from San Diego. And Lyman exhibiting that long throw. Beautiful throw. It was caught by Ari, and then he lost the handle, and it's recovered by Indiana. So they finally relinquished some real estate, but then they make the big play to the dismay of Amari Ari, who's bitterly disappointed with himself.
Yeah, and Ari did a great job right there. And you feel for these kids. You know what I mean? Look, these guys they're playing hard. They want to win. They're doing everything they can. And Ari runs a great route. He runs the little wheel route. And you can see he's super frustrated. His hands are going up in the air. There's a good pass, a good catch, right? But look, that's where one of those things, and we talked about it at the beginning of the game, like the weather. When you're from Southern California and you're used to handling the ball in 65 to 75 degree weather every day, all of a sudden when it's 22, 25, 30 degrees, that's a whole different animal. That ball feels different and it gets slippery. Great catch. It's obviously very disappointing that he dropped the ball.
But it is one of the beauties of coming to Canton, Ohio.
Yep.
You know, you're going to be in these kind of conditions during your football career, and it's all about life experience, and for these guys from San Diego, here's another experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. I live in the Philadelphia area, and I would take 72 and sunny every day if anybody wants to trade.
Well, you know where I live.
To come get a winter experience, just come to my house.
I live in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, and I'm used to it. And we're used to seeing long runs, and here's another one from Christopher Jordan Jr. They've done it again. Another touchdown for Indiana. Another touchdown for Christopher Jordan Jr.
He basically just one-upped Caleb Marcus. Caleb Marcus jumped to the front last time, and Christopher Jordan Jr. said, nope,
whatever
my
you
turn.
can do,
I can do better. Absolutely. That was a great run. He broke a couple tackles in there. That was physical. And then once he got out of the box, he was gone.
I hate to tell you, Brandon, and I love you dearly, the kicker is no longer in the end.
Yeah, I know.
Slybeck's great.
I was trying, Slybeck. I tried to get you in there. It's not very often that you get a kicker. But look, you're going to see this run here, Christopher Jordan Jr., and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He's able to run through. And you talked about, Rodney Johnson, the way that he drives his legs. Christopher Jordan did the same thing there, right there. Driving his legs through the tackle. And the other thing, going back to it, is there was only one guy trying to make the tackle at that point. Instead of 2 or 3, you only had one, and then Christopher Jordan Jr. is gone.
Indiana doesn't look like a 7th grade team.
No.
They look like they're seniors in high school. And Caleb Marcus right up the gut for 1 point. Remember, you only get one.
You only get one for the run.
I almost said 2 again. I came close. 43-0 for Indiana. And for Caleb Marcus, another big day in Canton, Ohio. There is the arithmetic with 2:21 left in the third quarter. All Indiana. And again, I just looked at the totals in the 2 games. That's 93 scored, nothing, zilch, nada given up.
And I'm a believer. I mean, I've watched these kids now for 2.5 quarters and going into the being the fourth here real soon, and they do it on all 3 phases of the game, which again I've talked about it a couple times at the youth level, and then you add in the fact it's an all-star team, right? So these kids haven't been playing together all year. To be able to come out and execute the way that they're executing, beyond just the talent level, right? The execution on all 3 phases, especially the kicking game, is what's made the difference here today.
Yeah, I mean, they've been flawless, really.
Yeah, and a lot of that credit goes to Coach Cole and his group over there on that far sideline. They've done a great job with these young men, getting them to buy in, believe, and then to get everybody to do their job.
That's Marcus Cole, the mentor of the Indiana team. Class of 2023. Woo. That sounds a long way off.
It does, but it'll be here before you know it. And if I'm a college football coach, I need to get to Indiana and find some of these kids.
Yeah, pretty quickly, too. And this kicker is going to be on the radar. Although normally you don't recruit kickers, but this guy, he's
I'd recruit
showing
this
off that
kid.
leg. And it's picked up by Smith. And they cover their kicks well, too.
It's just a wave of black jerseys and black helmets moving down the field right now. And they cover on special teams just like they cover, just like they play defense. They swarm to the football. Really, really impressive.
Well, we have a running clock going now, and the third quarter is about to conclude, and the fourth quarter will go rapidly as well with this kind of discrepancy on the scoreboard. And it's not a knock on the kids from San Diego.
No.
This is just a reflection on how good Indiana is.
Absolutely.
After 3 quarters, it's all Indiana, well on its way to the 7th grade national championship. 43-0 here in Canton, Ohio.
Every year, the Hall receives hundreds of nominations for future Hall of Famers. Now there is a new selection process for the Hall of Fame National Youth Championships. For the first time ever, the nation's best teams will earn the right to compete in Canton this December to become Hall of Fame champions. Among 8 age divisions, a selection committee of NFL top executives, college scouts, and gold jackets will select the best of the best. Nominate your team now at youthfootballchampionships.com.
side of the wonderful NFL Hall of Fame and our championship. This is our 7th grade youth championship game, and it's all Indiana. They're in defense, the team in white from San Diego, just looking to get something established in this fourth quarter. And another big hit and another big play, this one from the defense. And Indiana will take control again.
Wow. That was, I don't know who came off that far side, whether it was an outside backer blitz or a defensive end, but they got to the quarterback so fast. John Lyman didn't have a chance. He's going to set up there and just gets run through, and you can see that the other defensive lineman pop that ball, pick it up, and couldn't get the number, unfortunately, but let's try and give him credit when we can.
I got the number. It's Leighton Jones, who is lightning quick. He had a sack, a big sack in their first game, and he's done some great things. He's a tight end and a middle linebacker, and Leighton Jones was the one that got to the quarterback of San Diego, number 14, John Lyman. Lyman had, as you noted, no chance
No
at
chance. No chance at all. And that's salt in the wound right there for John Lyman. That doesn't feel very good. And look, quarterbacks get a bad rap for being, not being tough. But if you can take shots like that and get up and go, you're a tough kid.
Sterling Smith again taking that direct snap. Johnson, near side. Pretty easy, wasn't it?
It was. You know what's going to be tough, though, is differentiating between who's going to get the Shadow Man award.
Maybe we give it to a combination of players. Can we
Stuff
do
all
that?
3 of them into one shirt. I think, it's going to be tough to call. I mean, these kids have all basically each series, one of them has scored. You're going to see him just come around the corner here. Does a great job. And one of the things when you watch Johnson run is he's a powerful back. I mean, he's a big kid. He's thick, but he's able to get around the corner really, really fast, and was just able to outflank the defense there.
Okay, that's 6 more. That gives them 49. They won the first game 50-0. They're about to exceed that total if this kick from Slyback splits the uprights. So some suspense here. Smith holds. Slyback. The snap is muffed, and the point after the 2-point try fails.
There's a flag out there, though. I think it might be a leaping call.
Yeah, you're going to get a reprieve here.
Yeah. In youth football, you're not allowed to hit the snapper, the long snapper. They do that to protect the kid that has his head between his legs. That job's hard enough,
right.
So they don't let you hit him. And it looked like they sent somebody right up the gut, and instead of hitting one of the gaps to the side of him, it went right down the middle of him. So we still got the opportunity here, right?
Am I right? It says 43. It's 49.
Yeah,
right?
It's 49.
Yeah, okay. You need a calculator to keep up with the
right
score.
now. Yeah, we're well past my hands and my feet, so I'm in trouble.
Kind of surprising they're not running it, you'd think. But again, you get more bang for your buck when you kick it through. You get 2. If you run it in there as the kick is blocked, you only get the 1 point if you run it in. So it remains 49-0. So they're up to 99 in 2 games. 99-0.
Really impressive. And you talk about a lot, to win a national championship, right, is a hard thing to do. And you've got to have a really special football team, and obviously these guys do. And look, to play in a national title game is a big deal. In Heisman City, they're here. They're still playing football. Most young men right now are done playing football. And the fact that these guys are still putting helmets on in December is a very, very impressive thing. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to be, one of those things where they get on the bus or the plane home excited. But at the end of the day, I hope it's been a great experience for them, and they're going to go finish this thing.
Slyback, and they're telling me in the truck he's still a candidate for the player of the game, and why not? He's had a big outing.
He's got a big left foot, man. I like it.
Well, let's see if the team from the 619 area code in San Diego can get a good return here. Ari across the 40-yard line.
Really nice return by Ari right there. Does a great job. Really good vision, right? And the other thing is he caught the ball, right? Slyback didn't put the ball on the ground. Ari was able to catch it on the run, great vision, nice little cut, gets up the field. One thing when you're a kickoff returner, and I was never a kickoff return man. I played football for 20 years, and no one ever gave me the ball on purpose.
But you had the speed.
Of course I did. No one realized it, though.
Yes.
But I never got to do that. But one thing that they always teach those guys is you want to go north and south as fast as possible. And Ari did a great job of that, going north and south and getting them almost back to the 50-yard line.
By the way, you see that clock? Since it's a running clock, it's evaporating in a hurry. So, you know, I'm just getting used to the cool here. I'm just enjoying it. And now we're going to probably have to go to a press box for our next game. San Diego running a little bit of a misdirection, and that's not going to fool this team from Indiana, but not a whole lot does. Getting emotional out there, and you got a national championship game, and that figures, and these are some emotional kids playing some really good football.
Yeah, it's hard, man. You put so much into a football game, emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. Like, you put everything into it, and so when you're in one of these situations where things haven't gone well, sometimes the emotions come out the wrong way.
By the way, the 619, I mentioned the area code, is on the jersey, on the uniforms of these players from San Diego. A lot of them have the 619 on that top half of their uniform. Well, San Diego, they're out of the game. They know they can't win it, obviously. They just want to score. You don't want to get shut out.
No, figure out a way to get the ball down the field, throw the ball down the field, see if Justin Tucker can get a deep route here and get out of there.
There's a throw to Ari in the flat. He'll make you miss. How about that for a hurdle? How about that for effort? Again, you're out of the game, but when you get that kind of effort, you can only appreciate it. Now, unfortunately, Ari's not getting up, but you love his enthusiasm for the game.
It was a great little cut. It was a good call. The blitz is coming. You got a little slip screen out to the left to Ari. Ari does a great job, makes the first guy miss, and then he goes for the hurdle. You're going to see it here. He's just going to flare out to the left. They had a blitz coming from the other side. Ari catches the ball, makes the first guy miss. Nice little cut right there. And you're going to see him here leap and jump and try and get over that defender. That's selling out. Again, as one of those situations I was never in because I never carried the football. I don't like to jump. I don't like to leave the earth, but I love watching it because it tells you that kid is absolutely selling out for his team.
The one thing is the coaching staff after the fact, and hopefully the number one priority is that Ari's healthy here. The coaching staff will tell him, yeah, it is a spectacular effort, but the result of it is very, very scary because things like this can happen. We'll step out. Hopefully he's okay. We'll return to Canton in just a moment.
Hey, I'm here with Savell, one of the top 2020 prospects in the country. He's already got college offers and all that great stuff coming up. He was here at the Hall of Fame Academy training with NFL coaches and some of the top coaches in the whole world.
Do it then. Come on, finish. Space it. Good. Like you right there to each other. Good. Scoreboard.
Good job. And two guys read past and two did not.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with him. He reminds me of a lot of first rounders I've had in the past, and not only because of his football skills, because of the way he reacts to coaching and tries to improve, and he's very conscientious and he's smart, and it's easy to coach. And the guy's got a motor. He's got a good motor, and his name will be very close to coming in this thing one of these days if he does his things right.
Well, I think that when we first saw you, Savell, the thing that everybody noticed on our team was that you had an unbelievable first step. And that, and you know, I know as you coach linemen, the one thing the guy said is he is a great kid, but when he has a helmet on, he is nasty. And so that was our first initial take on you. And then your body, you're going to keep on growing, and you're a 2020 kid. And our guys were projecting you already as maybe the number one guy in his position in the 2020 class. And as you keep working on your technique and stuff, arguably you'll be the number one guy. So you've done a great job. It's great to have you here, and you are a great kid. We love you, and it's just an honor to be around you and to be coaching with you and working with you.
And it was also really good meeting the few kids I met too, because like I just felt like they looked up to me somehow, and I felt really good just knowing like that moving on I could have that impact on younger people.
Good luck, Seville. Have a great campaign, and we'll see you sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is great to see that Tank there, Amari Ari, is okay. And his teammates came over and thanked him for the effort. The coaching staff commended him. But the bottom line, the best news is he's okay.
Yep, probably got the wind knocked out of him. He was 4 or 5 feet up in the air and hit the cold, hard Ohio ground there, flat on his back. You know, really laying it out there for his team. It was impressive to watch. He's a good football player. It's been fun to watch today.
Really has. Again, these are all stars, so it's a little bit easier to handle and defeat. You never like to lose, but it's not like it's an individual team. But this Indiana squad is just unrelenting in their way to play football. They are just fabulous.
I think that was 5, Kalen Kelslaw there. He's coming off the edge, outside linebacker, defensive end type, just getting vertical upfield, not letting the ball outside of him.
Hill had no chance, and it's over. Indiana is celebrating. They'll run the clock off. 49-0 for Indiana. 99-0 in 2 games. Marcus Cole's football team, the class of 2023, is the class of 2017 in Canton.
Absolutely. That was a physical, dominating just performance. I mean, watching those guys play football was really impressive. And again, not taking anything away from Heisman City. Those kids came out here and played hard today in cold weather that they're not used to. But that Indiana team is something special. To watch a group of kids that have probably only played together for a little while come out here and play and dominate in all 3 phases of the football game. And I know we talked a lot about that today, but the kicking game was really impressive to me. Slidell, the kickoff coverage unit, the way that they blocked a punt, all the things that they did in the 3rd phase of the game that almost never gets worked on, especially at the youth level, was really impressive, on top of a swarming defense and 3 unbelievable running backs.
Yeah, you mentioned 3 running backs, starting with Caleb Marcus, who had a couple unbelievable long distance touchdowns where he traversed the field. Rodney Johnson was spectacular, and so was Christopher Jordan Jr. And one of those 3, who knows, maybe they'll share our Shadow Man award. We'll leave a little bit of suspense. Let's go out, get some of the audio from the champions from Indiana.
Good things happen when you do what we tell you and you did it right. What do you need, man? What do you need?
That one tiny little coach. He always ain't nobody.
Okay, that's
Hey, coach, give him a breakdown. Hey, we can beat California. Hey, listen up, man. We came out here and we did what we had to do. Yeah. Hey, listen up. They did all that talking. They did all that talking, but what happened, man? Oh, yeah, we finna come out here with a ring, man. Oh, yeah. Hey, man.
They thought it was a breeze, but it wasn't.
Yeah. They don't want no smoke. Yeah. No.
Hey, coach, please. Hey, coach. Marcus. Hold up right here, guys. Stop. Be still. Be still. We're going to celebrate on the sideline later, man. Right now, we got to take care of the TV.
And congratulations again to Indiana over Heisman City of San Diego. 49-0 Indiana, and it was really never in doubt. Indiana jumped out to a quick 16-0 lead and absolutely dominated
all the way down
this
south.
championship game. And we'll pick up some of the activities on the field.
Who died 2 years ago. We say prayers for him every single game. This year, number 5, step up here, please. We've got a member of his family, and he has come in and he called me up on Friday night when my boys are playing football, and he says, Coach, I want to play for Team Indiana. I said, okay, great. Everybody does. You know, what can we do? He said he wanted to represent number 5. Last year we wore them on our jerseys. This year we wear them right here.
All right, keep in mind that Brandon's out there because he's giving out
a lot of talent. We've got 3 running backs that just rolled. We've got a deep offensive line. We got the best coaches on the planet, and this is what happens when you put it all together. This is a team sport. Team sports rule. If everybody's on the team, there's no I in team, but there's an I in win. And that's exactly what we just did, guys. I want hands in here, please.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Let's go.
Team Indiana on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team Indiana.
National champ.
Wait a minute.
Let's go.
Take Coach Cole up. Take Coach Cole up.
Well, really a dominating performance by Indiana. And it goes back really to the 6th grade game, and they won the 6th grade All-Star Championship. So obviously the
Hey, I don't deserve this any more than all of these players.
Pick him up.
It's time. Hey, fellas. All right, guys.
Number 1.
Best coaches, best parents, best family, and this is the best place to play football in the whole entire United States. The best tournament from top to bottom, best staff. This is where it's at. This is what we all do it for, is this national championship.
Yeah.
If somebody grabs me by the back end again, I'm in trouble. Hey, but I'm down. Hey, okay, I'm down. Hey, here you go, fellas. You guys enjoy it.
Hey guys, great job today. Hey guys, great job. You guys really played. That was a team win, fellas. That was a great football game. I played football for a long, long time. I coached it for a long time. That was really, really impressive. We had to give one guy an award today, the Shadow Man Award, and we gave it to number 21, Rodney Johnson.
Yeah!
Rodney, where you at, man? Where you at?
Where you at?
Over here, right here. There you go, man. There you go. There's your shirt, man.
Yeah, Rodney.
Good job, man. That was a good football. Congratulations, guys.
Number 1 in the nation.
Yeah, number 1. Yeah.
On this belt, all right?
Beat Kelly.
1, 2, 3. Team Indiana. Coach Marcus.
I'm going to get a comment from Brandon. Sure. Well, that's going to close it out for this afternoon. We'll have more football action for you later tonight. We want to remind everyone the watch list for the 2018 year will be released on April 1st with your team to be on it. How do you do that? Well, you can nominate your team on this website at youthfootballchampionship.com. That's youthfootballchampionship.com for a chance to represent your city and to hoist. Pretty good, didn't it? On behalf of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Youth Championship, my name is Randy Rosenblum. Certainly want to thank Brandon Noble for his outstanding work today and his involvement in that presentation. Signing off for now from the Johnson Control Hall of Fame Village. Thank you for tuning in, and happy holidays.